They're tainting my image of the Cloud Retainer. God, that outfit looks amazing. Oh, this is so nostalgic. Oh, he wants to invite him to fly kites together.
No.
Hey, please consider subscribing to my other channel that I'll be moving to in the future. You can also donate to me on Ko-Fi or watch me live on Twitch and check out my live channel. So come follow and subscribe to me there. Links are down in the description. Thank you. Enjoy the video. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another Genshin Impact reaction. This one being 4.4's Lantern Rite event that happens every year with I don't want to say this. And we know everyone's very happy about the rewards. It's all fine and dandy. I think the 3 wishes also caused an entire civil war. Anyways, completely unrelated. Today, we are going to be doing Vibrant Harriers Aloft in the Spring Breeze. This year's Lantern Rite. By the looks of it, gaming's gonna be the main focus. I know how it's pronounced, I just like calling him gaming. As the year's end approaches, I can barely read it because it's overlaid on such a bright background. The annual Lantern Rite is about to begin. As is customary, you and Paimon return to Liyue. Scroll down, please scroll down. Carver once again, and as you expected, you encounter some familiar faces. Shenhe and Cloud Retainer is definitely going to be in the event. It's kind of with the same thing with Shenhe when they introduced her during the Inazuman version Lantern Rite. So of course the Lantern Rite that followed right after also included Shenhe. Which, speaking of, since she's like the first Adepti of the 3 in the mountains that became playable.
Oh boy, don't say it.
That's good news because there's hope for the others.
There's hope for the others.
I mean, if they made like Cloud Retainer playable, I assume they have plans for the other 2 remaining ones.
Keqing and Charlotte.
It's suddenly
I
bright
never thought
daytime.
you'd see you 2 together.
Random ass dog.
Nice to see you again, Traveler and Paimon.
I was just asking Miss Keqing about purchasing a kite.
Seems you haven't heard yet. The theme of this year's Lantern Rite is kites.
Oh, so
Trailer.
that's why Paimon has seen so many floating in the sky.
There's whopper flower kites as well.
Liyue Harbor is always changing, so it is only fitting that Lantern Rite should change in turn.
Those look nice though.
Remember my business meeting with Tianquan Ningguang the last time I was in Liyue Harbor? Lady Ningguang? You mean Tianquan of the Liyue Qiqing?
She wishes to invite our visitor from Fontaine, Mademoiselle Charlotte,
And
to join her
Mademoiselle.
at Eugene Terrace to discuss cooperation.
That's what it was about. But all I really did was use my network to introduce Lady Ningguang to some interesting people. I'm not sure that quite counts as fostering cooperation.
We decided to combine Liyue's traditional art of kite making with Fontaine's mechanical vertical lifting device.
Oh shit, is that Navia? Are they gonna progress their love story more?
Liyue is now a nation ruled by humans after all. It's about time we had the power to make a kite fly, don't you think?
That's not a bad idea, sounds awesome.
Right? I also thought it was a novel idea. Plus, it shouldn't cost much to do.
With Miss Charlotte's help, everything has gone smoothly. Our new mechanical kites are already available to purchase from a stall in the harbor.
I want the golden chamber one. I want it because I'm rich.
Think for a second about how remarkable it is that a flimsy paper kite attached to a string has the capacity to touch the sky. It is this slight piece of paper that also carries the weight of Liyue's cultural traditions. There's an old poem that goes, "O kite born of paper, flying true in sound, a lone traveler wanders, just waiting to be found."
Send them love, send them words, send them homeward bound. What wasn't the... what?
If the people of today can derive enjoyment from this activity, they will not only be more likely to better appreciate the tradition, but also to pass it down to the people of tomorrow.
That's the Keqing we know, always thinking 5 steps ahead of anyone else.
Because the women of Liyue are all overworked.
I also know quite a lot about the various folk traditions related to kites. For example, whenever a kite blew away, people would say it was the Adepti that summoned the wind to take it away as an offering. That way, you can turn an unfortunate event into an auspicious one. Kites in the shape of a butterfly typically symbolize freedom, happiness, or the desire to break free. The scissored-tailed swallow is the most classic design. It symbolizes good fortune and joyful tidings. Different colors also have small variations in meaning.
Are these commonly understood meanings and symbols in Liyue? Kind of like the language of flowers in Fontaine.
Right. The Lumidu's flower resembles parting or something, I remember, from Linny's story quest.
Miss Charlotte, I have several books on the topic that I could lend you. They could be a useful reference.
Were these guys always here? Why is the camera panning in that direction?
The Ministry of Civil Affairs is hosting a kite flying contest on the night of Lantern Night.
Contests?
If you're interested, you're more than welcome to bring a kite and participate. The
Yeah,
rules are
sure.
simple.
Can I just use Paimon? We got it in the bag.
Maybe tone it down a bit, Traveler. What if we don't win?
We always win.
Traveler, take a peek to your right. Do you see those two people lurking over there?
Yeah, I see
Is it
them.
just Paimon? Or were they staring at us the whole time we were talking to Keqing and Charlotte just now? They seem fishy.
What? Who are these people?
Do you think they could be treasure hoarders? They always seem to be stirring up trouble during Lantern Rite.
They're dressed rather nice for treasure hoarders. The Orioles back in spring, the heaven have a present something. Oh! Hey. Got a red streak going on. And your eyes are red. You're actually very red.
It is with such an air of urgency that you appear before us. Your comportment suggests you believe us to have committed some heinous crime. Perhaps you could enlighten us as to your intentions.
Okay, what's with the big words?
Whoa, where did this fuddy-duddy come from?
Fuddy-duddy.
You should be the one doing the enlightening, buddy.
Yeah, they both have like a streak of colored hair.
One bears no secrets before two such as yourselves. You stand in the presence of the mighty and illuminated Adeptus. Moon Carver. Moon Carver. Moon Carver. Moon Carver. Moon Carver. Moon Carver.
Huh?
For the purpose of this foray into the mortal realm, however, you may address one as Hojong.
You kidding? That deer's got his head stuck so far up in the clouds, there's no way he'd humble himself down here with the rest of us.
But... wait, then you
may
must
want
be...
to hold your tongue, Paimon.
Don't think that Paimon is gonna believe
No,
you just
don't
because
say
you
it.
know her name.
Don't say it.
Paimon, guess. You're supposed to be Mountain Shaper, right?
Please don't say it. Please don't say it.
Indeed, Mooncarver and myself have descended upon the mortal realm for a visit. The two of you may call me Xiao-hee.
Are you pissing me right now? You're joking, right? I was just saying how they could be playable characters in the future. Why are they NPCs? Who in the department thought this was okay exactly?
Looks like you did your research. But in our experience, the harder you try to lead us on, the more likely it is that we've got a big fish on our hands.
I'm kind of not okay with this. Really? This is what they go with Mountain Shaper and Moon Carver? That makes it so unfair though. What, did they think two hot dudes wouldn't sell in the gacha banner or something? Could have just saved them for next year to show up. If that's what they're worried about, you know, they can't design 3 entire new characters for the patch, and then 2 of them's not gonna be released on the banners yet. Heck, if they made proper designs for them, people might have even be hyped up to see, like, you know, them in the streets. What the hell is this?
We'll go straight to the Millilith and have you arrested for impersonating Adepti.
Preposterous. Utterly preposterous!
If you really are who you claim to be, perhaps you can prove it. Well, there's still hope that they may have both an NPC form and a playable Adeptus form. I mean, Shenyun looks human enough. You get what I mean? Yeah, but you know, okay, maybe there's still the possible of the in-between being playable. Cause please, come on. Look, I know Cloud Retainer's probably the fan favorite out of all the 3 Adepti, but come on, man.
The flavor of that soup was
That's
more than enough
just
to whet one's
uncalled
appetite.
for.
As such, Cloud Retainer assented to my use of the device beyond that singular occasion, providing other recipes to boot. Since then, one has dabbled in the pleasures of the culinary arts whenever time allows.
Dabbled? Upon one's last sojourn to your mountain, did you not immediately attempt to hide the device behind a chunk of amber as soon as one's presence was known?
Did one not speak up on your behalf but a moment ago? This is how you choose to repay that kindness?
Sorry, I'm trying to direct my attention back towards the story here. I suppose they really are the Adepti.
Seems like you two are the real deal, and Paimon sorry for suspecting you.
Few people will be able to see through it, yeah. I didn't.
Paimon can understand why Mountain Shaper is here, but why did you decide to come to the city, Moon Carver? It's not really your thing, is it?
I mean, Shen did say these two old fossils likes to disguise themselves and come to Liyue every so often. They've been doing it for a while already.
It is but an inevitable eventuality. Long have the mountains remained strangely idle since Cloud Retainer's move to Liyue Harbor. With Lantern Rite near at hand, one would expect Cloud Retainer to provide us with an account of the festivities in advance.
Yeah.
Yet to this day, she has failed to appear.
Cloud Retainer is hardly the forgetful sort.
Maybe she's just busy with her pupils.
A moment ago, one heard you speak of a mechanical kite of sorts. It appears the essence of the situation has hitherto revealed itself. Now, it is time for one to retire back to one's abode.
Huh. So, you're not looking for Cloud Retainer anymore?
Perhaps there are aspects of Cloud Retainer's temperament that remain opaque to young Paimon. Given one's understanding, one can only imagine the anger that now consumes her.
Cloud Retainer is of a proud and arrogant disposition. She holds the belief that her skill in mechanics surpasses that of all others.
I mean, she's very skillful with her hands. But
What did he say?
However, if you do happen to cross paths with her over the next few days, do pass along one's regards.
Have a safe trip back, enjoy the scenery, and happy Lantern Ride!
should they have like a half form in between like the Adepti and the human? It'd be a good time for them to introduce like an old looking character. You know what I mean? They may have upgraded from the ages of Ito with his Justin Bieber arms into like someone with like, you know, Ridesley now. We need like people like Varka, you know.
Are the two of you looking to buy a kite? Would you like me to go over the different designs? This Jade Chamber design is our newest. It's been selling like crazy over the past 2 days.
I'll take 10.
The Jade Chamber symbolizes wealth and abundance.
Of course it does.
I apologize for the interruption, but are all your wares in order, Miss Genuine?
Yes, they're just over there. The paper, bamboo, and dyes. All the necessary kite-making materials.
I'll pack them up and get a guard to deliver the goods to Yilong Wharf for you.
Ooh, Chen Vale.
Well, if the two of you are interested in going to Yilong Wharf, then could I trouble you to find Gaming and deliver these goods together?
Hell yeah, gaming time. Oh, there he is. Hello.
Wait, I thought we had an agreement. Loser buys dim sum tomorrow? Look at you. Scowl like that for much longer and your face might stay that way.
What the hell? What is that?
Hey now, don't be upset. How about this? You extend the invitation, and I'll pay.
Here's the gamer boy.
Sorry to interrupt, Gaming. We just spoke to a guy from the communications office who needs you to deliver some goods to Yilong Wharf.
Oh, it must have been Longzhou. Looks like I've got work. Gotta go.
Do you know us though?
Alrighty, you can hand the goods over to me. Must have been heavy hauling them all this way. Let me take them off your hands.
Look at those eyes.
I'm glad it wasn't too much trouble, Paimon. Still, I owe you one.
Is that a headband?
And you must be the traveler. It's nice to meet you. Thanks for your help.
We were actually hoping we could tag along to Yilong Wharf and have a look around.
Perfect. We'll go together then. I'm good with directions, so just follow me. Trust me, I know my way around. We can exchange stories, tell jokes, or just chat along the way. Then let's get going. If we run into any trouble, you can count on me to protect you. I am a guard, after all.
Gaming does special. Oh, I always like these event screen intros. It's the best one still has to be the film festival one, okay? Not saying this one isn't good too. I mean, ooh, we're gonna meet some trouble along the way.
The docks are just a bit further. One step at a time. Hang in there.
Are they? Oh.
Wait, and get behind me. I'll handle this.
Gaming gameplay. Hey. Oh, they gave him the black plate because it actually matches him. Here we go. Oh, there's more. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna use the gun.
Got your name on it. Go for it, I guess. Paimon was impressed by your moves back there. You seem like a real pro at your job.
And he incorporates the lion dance into his attack moves.
Oh, that's not a skill I learned on the job. It's just a hobby.
Well, you're good at it.
Have you ever heard of wushu dancing?
I've heard about it somewhere.
Really? Wushu dancing is famous in Chenyu Vale.
I know the real-life version of it.
But I must admit, it has nothing on the popularity of the Liyue opera.
They're like equally popular in real life, though.
So, it's not something I do full-time.
Huh? You have 2 jobs? How do you have the energy to do all that?
It's not that tiring. You just have to take a rest.
Ah, Paimon gets it, so you must sleep a lot then.
Not really. Just yesterday, I stayed up all night playing cards.
Bruh.
Let's go. The docks are just up ahead.
Finally, we can rest. Ooh, Paimon's shoulders are so stiff, and her stomach so empty.
Is it gonna autoplay if I don't click it? Because it always does that.
Sorry.
Yep, there we go.
Did I
if
push
it's
the
adult
pace a bit
rights.
too much? I mean, you were the ones who said you were travel experts.
I was gonna say, I could hear like the tunes of Cloud Retainer's story quest cutscene from the OST of Chenyu
Would you
Vale.
like some winter melon cake? I have some on me that I bought from a store.
Yes, Paimon will take all you got.
You might want to pace yourself there, or you'll be too full to eat a proper meal later. I've been eating winter melon cake ever since I was a kid. You can buy them from all sorts of places, whether it's a small vendor on the side of the road or a big restaurant in the city. But each place produces cakes with a slightly different flavor. If you like these...
Woohoo! We're here!
Don't forget your things, and watch your step as you get off the raft, or you're in for a swim.
Okay, decrease me there. What? No, leave me alone. Put me down.
Thanks for the ride, Uncle Bosu. You take care of yourself now. I'll see you some other time.
Thank you, Gramps. Oh, thank you. Elevator music.
Oh, well, how should I put it? Do you see that group of people over there?
Yeah.
Those are my relatives.
Oh. Oh no. That's even worse. Oh, look how you've grown. Our little Gaming. Have you been eating well? Here's more food. Have you grown taller?
Once they start buying things, they won't stop perusing till it gets dark. This is bad.
Oh, you have the doctorate degree yet?
I'm just not that good at dealing with my family. It would be best if we could steer clear of them.
Is it that bad?
I'll explain more when we have the chance, but
okay.
Right now, we've got a job to do.
Do we have to play the sneaking game past your family? Wait, actually? Actually? No way. Oh my god. Oh, I have to hide from elderly people. Here, have a... This way, they can't see us. Let's go. Use those geo balls, Lumine. Here, more blockage. They can't see you now. Modern problems require modern solutions. Oh my god, there's an auntie there. Okay, wait. Boom. Oh sh. Now she definitely can't see us. I hope I don't break his AI routing system. Okay, aunt.
Run!
Yeah. Okay. What if we did get
you guys
caught?
are good. I'm impressed.
It was a piece of cake! Winter melon cake, to be exact.
You know what? I'll buy you a whole bunch and pile them so high you could swim in them.
Okay, wow. Gaming's gonna be Paimon's next favorite person.
Hey, Uncle Jirgwe. These are my friends, the Traveler and Paimon. They came to deliver some goods with me. So I guess I'll go ahead and take these over to Uncle Yongzan then?
Yes. Thanks for your hard work. I should thank you both for your trouble as well. Please take a seat and rest for a bit. I'll prepare some tea. How long have you two known Gaming?
10 minutes?
Oh, not long at all. We just kind of tagged along on his trip to Yilong Wharf. He's just a super welcoming guy. We became friends. You know, just like that.
That's just how he is. He's the attentive sort. Really knows how to look after his own. A while ago, one of our guards had to take off work. Said his joints were hurting due to the rain. Gaming personally went all the way to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get some medicine for him from Dr. Baiju, then traveled through the night to deliver it back to him. That young man has such a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah.
How can anyone not love him?
I mean, y'all know, like, the actual Inn Lord Tevat is much bigger than the one we see on the map, so...
I mean,
damn.
There is his dad, but... well, ask anyone else.
What about his dad?
Uncle Yongzan says he doesn't have the personnel to spare for this delivery right now. So what do you think, Uncle Jirgwe? Should I go ahead and deliver it instead?
He's such a caring chap.
All right then. Deliver it if you want to.
Ooh, are you free in 2 days? How about we grab some dim sum from Xinyu kiosk? My treat, and don't even think about trying to pay.
Why do they like making me turn the clock twice so much? Okay, I get it. You updated that feature for like, what, so many months ago already. Stop making me turn the clock so many times.
Whoa, that's way too generous of you.
Just think of this as a thank you for all your help.
I appreciate you though, my homie.
Thing between me and my family, it's a long story. It might take some time to tell.
It's alright, you don't have to say everything right now. Sounds rather personal. See you at Xinyu kiosk then.
Alright, then I'm off. See you in 2 days. Oh, and Paimon, make sure not to eat too much before then. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Anyway, is Gaming's family situation really that complicated? He has such a happy-go-lucky personality. Plus, he's an enthusiastic and diligent worker. It's hard to imagine a guy like that being troubled by much.
Specifically his dad, too.
Perhaps you could help him talk things through. Consider it a favor to me.
I'll try.
Would you like some more tea? I think there's some left.
No thanks. We came all this way and still haven't gotten a chance to look around the wharf. We should see the kinds of kites they got. Maybe they'll have ones you can't find in Liyue Harbor.
That's not a bad idea.
All right, then. Please do let me know if you'd like more tea. You're welcome to stay as long as you like.
Oh.
What are you doing here?
Ah, Cloud Retainer.
The way you speak, one might have presumed you were displeased to be in one's presence.
Greetings, Cloud Retainer.
Take note, Paimon. You could learn a thing or two about how to respect your elders.
Ugh, starting on the elder stuff already, huh?
She is, though.
What's with that huge box next to you? Ah! Paimon gets it.
Is that-
You're here to do some shopping, aren't you?
The Keqing's decision to integrate Fontainian technology into said kite-flying competition is of no consequence to oneself. Did you expect one to willfully compete against the whimsical trends of worldly sentiment, or perhaps even fall to petty sulking over such?
It's not that we think those things exactly. That's just what Mountain Shaper and Moon Carver told us, or Tia something and Ho.
Hold on.
Paimon can't be bothered to remember what their aliases were called. Anyway, they went to Liyue Harbor to look for you. They even asked us to pass along their regards if we ran into you. Tianyin?
Did you forget?
It appears time has quite flown since one's arrival
Oh
in
my
Liyue
god,
Harbor.
she actually did.
How could one have forgotten about those
Two old fossils.
One shall have to bring them back some divine herbs to atone for this slight. Given that one has ventured all this way to Yilong Wharf, tea would be more advisable. A great thought has illuminated one's mind once again.
I
One
heard
is
it.
reminded that certain purchases have yet to be made.
Compensations, more like.
Could wait.
I
You really just gonna ditch us here to watch your stuff?
I don't mind. I'll leave the stuff watching to you. You go, Paimon.
Hey, not you too, traveler! Oh, all this Paimon ditching is super not appreciated. Paimon doesn't want anyone to try and steal his stuff.
You'll be great as a suitcase guardian.
Welcome. We only sell teas of the finest quality, sourced directly from Chaoying Village. Might I recommend the Songlo variety? It's one of our specialties.
Now, that sounds promising. One will bring some back for those old fossils, and all will be well. 2 boxes will do.
Wonderful. By the way, we're actually running a special Lantern Rite promotion. Buy 3 boxes, get 10% off.
Oh.
4 boxes will net you 20% off.
Oh no. Wait, I have to see this.
20% off 4 boxes. This merchant strikes a fair bargain. One might as well give some to Morax and King too.
For someone like you, you're rather gullible.
Then 4 shall suffice.
Dang, okay.
I see. Are you intending to give these as gifts? If so, perhaps I can interest you in these exquisite gifts. Buy 10, get half off.
Cloud Retainer, you're better than this. This is a marketing scheme. You know that.
Look at the magnificent design.
Oh.
And the red ribbon gives quite the festive flair.
You don't even have that much money. This is why the deities of Liyue are all broke. Zhongli has this habit too. Remember his teaser?
10 boxes. Seems rather excessive.
Bruh.
But if one factors in the conqueror of demons
Shenyun.
and one's disciples...
You are not Father Christmas, okay? Do not. You're old and wise. You know how to conserve your spendings.
10. Nice round number, don't you think? Of course you do. I'll even shave
There's
a little
no
extra
way.
off the price for you.
That is agreeable. One will... I will have these boxed up then.
Stop
I
it.
see you have quite the eye for fine items, mademoiselle.
Stop it, I can't watch this anymore. They're tainting my image of the Cloud Retainer.
I'm a toy merchant from Fontaine. You'll get nothing but the finest and most intricate clockwork toys Mora can buy here. Each one sure to be a source of endless amusement.
Shenhe, you just needed 2 boxes of tea. What fascinating intricacies. I will take the lots.
There is no need for that. Give me your newest and finest model, and be sure to package it securely.
Ah, of course. Here you go.
Many watchful eyes surround this place. If one were to be spotted purchasing a mechanical toy such as this, a child's plaything no less, it would only invite scandal.
It's fine. I mean, people, there's collectors. Gundam models, Pokemon cards.
There is no harm in bringing it back to study in secret.
Oh, Shenyan, did your shopping go smoothly?
I was suffering while watching that.
Naturally, one may not delight in social interactions, but that does not mean one lacks said faculties.
Stop the cap.
It seems like Shenhe is easily swayed into buying things. That box looks fit to burst already. This is how she's like, huh?
You
Damn
are
it.
also planning to participate in the kite flying competition then?
Also.
One means to say, you along with all the other youths. One has been entreated to share one's kite-making expertise. And indeed, there was little one could do about such persistent supplication. One moment energetic and earnest, and dejected the next. One had no choice but to acquiesce to these requests. And thus, one will be organizing a kite-making workshop to provide personal instruction in this art form.
Oh, who will be participating then?
Shuyu, Shenhe, Ganyu, and Yaoyao. So, will you be attending the workshop or not?
Seems interesting.
All right then. No need to prepare the materials in any case. One has it all sorted. Arrive at Mount Outsong in 2 days. I shall be expecting you around midday.
Wait.
Don't you want a guard to help you with that big box of yours?
Surely you jest. One goes as one pleases. For what reason would one need to rely on another?
Whoa.
It can float? What kind of invention is that?
One calls it the floating toting device.
Okay, that doesn't sound very cool.
Look at her walk down the street. She seems so confident. But
Yeah.
everyone around her is looking at her all funny.
Hey.
Day 2.
No, Ether, not yet. I can't. You're like a few arcs away from me meeting you.
You're here early. I just ordered. The food should be out in a second. Sit down, sit down. Here, hand me your cups.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, you weren't supposed to drink that, Paimon. That was for you to rinse your utensils.
Oh, yeah. I know. Piping out dim sum dishes will arrive, one after the other. And then, when you think that all the dishes have been delivered, the hostess brings over a generous bowl of seafood congee.
Wow,
Oh.
so much delicious food. Do you really eat all this just for breakfast?
That's just how we do it where I'm from. Most of the time, though, I don't eat lunch after dim sum.
Also, this scene's red flag for me because it's gonna make me hungry again. They always draw the food so detailed. Fuck me.
Eat, eat. If it's not enough, we can always order more.
It's familiar to
and there's
me.
tong soy coming as well. I don't usually have that in the morning, but, well, since everyone's here, I just had to order it. What about you,
It's the
Traveler?
stuff I'm used
Is the
to.
food to your liking? Want some more seafood congee?
Oh, it'll definitely be to my liking. Thanks, that'll be great. Everyone picks up their chopsticks and begins to dig in. Each dish tastes exquisite and uniquely flavorful. You slowly start to relax as you enjoy pleasant conversation over a satisfying meal. This goes up until Paimon even can't eat another bite. Dang.
So full. That meal was so satisfying, it even gave Paimon some extra brain juice.
I thought she was gonna say brain damage.
Let's think about this for a second, Gaming. You invited us to this awesome restaurant and ordered a whole table full of expensive dim sum just for the 3 of us. Well, you must be hiding the fact that you're some young master from a rich family.
I don't think it's that simple.
Are you confusing me with Xingqiu? Sorry to burst your bubble, Paimon, but you're wrong about my family situation. My dad is just an ordinary tea merchant. Small scale stuff, you know? It wouldn't even make sense to mention his business in the same breath as the Feiyun Commerce Guild. My dad, he always wanted me to inherit the family business, to be a merchant like him. But that's just not who I am. It's not who I ever wanted to be.
Gaming always seems so happy and when carefree. This is the most serious I've ever seen him. This topic must be very important to him.
Have you ever talked to him about it? You know, about your interests and aspirations and stuff.
Of course I have. I told him I wanted to be a wushu dancer, that I wanted all of Teyvat to see what I could do. According to my dad, though, that wasn't a real job, just a child's pipe dream. I'm sure he thought I would come around eventually, but wushu dancing has always been the only thing I wanted to do. He tried to get me to visit some other tea merchants to start building the right relationships, but I refused to go. We got into a huge fight. We were this close to throwing hands. In the end, I was so angry that I ran away from home. I haven't been back since.
Yeah, I see. I knew there was much more to it.
I know that it wasn't the right way to go about things. But my dad's stubborn. No matter how hard I tried to convince him, it just went in one ear and out the other. There was no changing his mind. I knew talking would only get me so far, but if I made it big in Liyue Harbor, the results could speak for themselves.
I feel like a good number of people can relate to what he's saying, though.
But I'm sure you both already know how that's going. Wushu dancing's just not that big in Liyue Harbor. In the past, I would go door to door from store to store, asking if they would be interested in hiring a performer. Most times, I wound up eating nothing but humble pie. And you can't just rely on dreams to put food on the table, right? So, I found a job as a guard to make some money. And now I have enough to get by and then some. Still, change takes time. Gotta take it slow, you know?
I mean, I think like it's a matter of what you're willing to choose, you know. It's not for me to say because I don't even have a proper job, but it's either you secure yourself something that, you know would work, definitely works, but it's not something you enjoy. You kind of just put your mind on autopilot and just do that job, or you actually, choose something you're actually having fun with. I mean, I'd much rather do the second one. I'd much rather do the latter. Doesn't always mean it'll work out, though.
Enough of all that serious talk. Our tea's getting cold. Let's do something fun this afternoon. What do you say, huh?
Actually, we kinda already have plans this afternoon. We told Xianyun that we would go to her kite-making workshop.
Oh?
Are you interested in kite-making, Gaming?
Do you know Xianyun?
Oh, no. It's just that I happen to know Auntie Xianyun.
Oh, okay. Auntie Xianyun. Auntie is no way to address the mighty and... Does he know?
Oh, I know that she's an Adeptus. I met her during a delivery once, but hasn't she been in the city lately? She's even tried, with some limited success, to change her terms of self-address or something like that. She came to see me a few days ago to ask about luminescent dyes. Oh, wait a second. She doesn't plan on putting those on a kite, does she? Applying it to paper is another matter entirely. Why couldn't she tell me what she wanted them for? It would be such a shame if everyone worked so hard on their kites only for them to get ruined in the end. Okay. I'll go with you.
Yeah, it's better if you go with me
If
then.
Auntie Xianyun wants to use those dyes on a kite, the formula will need to be changed.
Great! The more the merrier!
Okay, there's Act 2 started. I couldn't tell from the top.
Ganyu! Come on, wake up!
Jesus, did she work overtime again?
Hello, friends.
Okay, that answers it.
Ganyu!
Oh, I have some mint oil. Perhaps we should try that.
I mean, it's not like y'all got energy drinks, so the coffee's the next best thing.
Apologies in advance.
What's she gonna...
Wait! Shenhe! Not there!
You see Shenhe take out a small green bottle, extract some minty smelling liquid, and apply it on Ganyu's horns? Horns? Yaoyao and Paimon Lan is shocked, mouths agape, but cannot stop her in time.
Jesus Christ.
See? It worked. She's awake.
Are you okay, Ganyu? Do you need some water? Or maybe something to eat?
I'm fine. I just feel chilly all over.
It's not the most conventional way to do it, but oh well.
The master always says a cool head leads to a calm heart. So, does this mean that heat's what we need to help you, Ganyu? Paimon doesn't think that's what the expression means exactly.
Was I asleep? Must have been around the time I usually take my midday nap.
Perhaps you should come work at Wanmin Restaurant with me. We get off at 10 on the dot every night without fail.
I could never. I'm sorry. I seem to have missed your name. You are...
My name is Gaming. I work as a guard for the Secure Transport Agency.
I believe I've heard your name mentioned around the Ministry of Civil Affairs. People tell me you're an extremely enthusiastic worker, and you are very generous with your help.
Yeah.
My name is Ganyu. This is Shenhe, and this is Yaoyao.
It's an honor to finally meet you all.
You can tell the VA is having fun with this.
Oh, you must be here for Auntie Xianyun's kite-making workshop, right?
More like Master Xianyun, but yeah.
Yes, I have neither made nor flown a kite before. As long as Master is willing to teach, I am willing to learn.
So proud of Shenhe, though. More socializing with others.
But where the heck is Xianyun? Shouldn't she be here by now?
She isn't buying more stuff, is she?
Who is it that speaks of oneself in such an ill-tempered tone?
Oh, or she's just picking up Shuyu.
Come on, you clearly heard Paimon!
Hey, Shuyu.
Master stopped to buy grilled tigerfish to share with everyone. Come get it while it's still warm. Oh, Paimon, sorry, Miss Illuminated Bird! Paimon always knew you were the smartest, coolest, and prettiest Adeptus. Someone as wonderful as you is sure to have brought enough for Paimon as well.
And the moment it's about food, Cloud Retainer sets down her bags while Shuyu hands out the grilled fish. As everyone begins to talk, lively conversation fills the usual tranquil environment of Mount Otsang.
So delicious. Paimon's life is complete.
I wish I was eating grilled tigerfish, but
It
whatever.
appears that we've ended up with quite a few
My snack
participants
will
indeed.
do.
Go ahead and divide yourselves into small groups. The materials are over here. The regular dyes and luminescent ones have been clearly marked. Use them as you see fit. As for how to make the kite, one assumes you all made sure to listen to the instructions one provided while we were eating. Yes? Are there any questions?
Just like bamboo, super glue, and then the paper, you paint the paper. Done, right? Easy. It's not the hardest thing.
One will wait under this tree and
I'll let you
avail
have that one.
oneself of the cool air while one digests. Do not hesitate to seek one's company if you have any trouble, questions, or simply want to chat.
Okay, I'll go for the third option.
We're not in any hurry to get started. Why don't we go see what the others are up to? Hey, Gaming, want to team up?
Huh? Wait, I have to participate? I thought I'd be done for the day after adjusting the dye formula.
You're that unenthused by kite making, huh? That doesn't seem like you.
Though,
No, it's not that. It's just... it would take too long to explain. I guess I'll just make one then. What shape should we go with? How about a butterfly?
Can I make my kite later in the shape of Arlecchino, so I can get Arlecchino? The butterfly symbolizes the desire for freedom. Perhaps it's also what Gaming is searching for.
What do you think, Shuyu? Is there a particular design you want?
I want a swanee!
Okay, it's decided then.
Sure. Chatting about.
Auntie Cloud Retainer, look! Am I doing it right?
Oh, hey.
Very good. Your frame is nice and sturdy. This design, is it a finch?
Yep.
One is looking forward to seeing your finished product.
She sounds so proud.
If you are asking for one's own opinion, one would advise choosing gold. When giving a gift, the key consideration is the recipient's feelings, is it not? One imagines your friend would much prefer a kite that reminds them of you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wise.
cool. Thanks, Auntie Cloud Retainer. I'm gonna start painting it gold right now.
Good. One will watch. You two seem strangely unoccupied. One was under the impression that one was supposed to be doing the relaxing. Is your kite finished?
You said I could come here for a chat. I just bailed on Paimon. Huh?
Shenhe, it would be great if you could refrain from putting things on my horns from now on. They're really quite sensitive.
My apologies.
Uncalled for.
I shall remember that in the future.
Thank you. No harm done.
Could I touch them just once more, though? No oil or anything this time. I've just always wondered what Miss Ganyu's horns feel like.
She just said they're sensitive. Okay. Strange request.
Well, all right. Just be gentle.
Okay.
Firm to the touch with no discernible temperature.
I mean, it's just a...
Not unlike certain medicinal plants I've eaten before.
The fuck? That's such a weird comparison.
Ganyu appears to be shaking like a cat whose whiskers have just been touched. I should stop.
What a weird requestion, huh?
I see.
You see what?
Then I'll apply the oil to your forehead next time.
It's still gonna be like...
Oh, no need. I'll just refrain from taking afternoon naps outdoors.
We'll get a proper sleeping schedule, Ganyu. Stop overworking.
We should probably get started on our kite. It won't be long before Cloud Retainer comes to check on our progress. Perhaps we should just choose the most traditional style.
Okay.
Well, they seem to be getting along swimmingly. Let's not disturb them.
Has Keqing ever asked to feel the horns?
We should get started on our kite now. Let's go. First, we have to decide on the shape. Hey, what are you laughing at?
The obvious answer is to make a Paimon shade kite. Hey, yeah. Same wavelength, Lumine. Although I was more thinking like just make Paimon the kite and call it a day, because I'm like lazy.
Oh, that's not a completely crazy idea.
Oh, she's on board with it too.
Maybe we're not exercising enough artistic license. How about this? The word Paimon means the guardian angel of travelers.
Imagine they do the thing where it's like, I'm assuming we're gonna get said kite as an item in our inventory. Eventually, in the future, it's gonna act like an item like, oh, here's the reminder to the companion that's not with you. Because there has to be an arc at some point where Paimon's just literally not present due to some sort of external force, you know? Oh, she's been kidnapped by the Abyss, or she's actually like Istaroth and has to go do some Istaroth thing, or she's like a Seelie, you know? I still don't know what the hell Paimon is. She could be one of the shades, too.
Now, what
Paimon, I made you so fast.
Since the kite is going to be flying super
Jesus
high in the
Christ.
sky.
Oh, wait, is this like the albedo painting thing again? Can I give you a break?
Like this? The title of Champion Kite Flyer is mine! Now that we've decided, let's make it happen!
All right, gather around, everyone.
Let me see it. Let me see it.
Let one take a look.
Wow! Ganyu and Shenhe made a scissor-tailed swallow! It's so pretty. If you look closely, there are a few spots where the colors go outside the lines. Did you doze off while painting it, Ganyu?
Oh boy.
I did the painting. I stared at the paper for quite some time, but I simply could not recall the coloring of any bird. Except Master. Or should I say that I'm too familiar with her crane form?
Oh,
Even when she stands before us in human form, all I can see is blue and white.
I'm so touched. What does mine look like?
So I simply closed my eyes and painted from memory.
Dang.
No way. You can paint with your eyes closed? Wow. The disciples of Adepti really are
She's
something.
gonna be touched or something.
You are most filial, Shenhe. One is flattered by the likeness.
The Swanee that Gaming and Xiao made looks very majestic. I'm sure it'll look even more impressive as it soars through the sky.
The eyes and ears glow in the dark, so you're sure to see it at night. Your golden finch is cute too, Yaoyao. It's all thanks to Auntie Cloud Retainer's guidance.
Look at that smile.
What about your kite, Traveler?
I want to see it.
Ta-da! Here it is!
Okay, yeah, that is kind of cute. Look at that.
Its self-important countenance bears a striking resemblance to that of its namesake.
It makes her look like she's already won the competition. Well, that's gonna happen one way or another.
Yeah.
Is that the Jade Chamber?
Oh?
Well, whose kite is that? As a gentle breeze brushes past, the Jade Chamber drifts towards the boom, boom.
Who dares attempt such a flagrant display of impropriety by releasing a kite into one's territory without one's permission?
Someone just crashed the Jade Chamber for like the second time.
One
Who?
simply must know who it is that possesses such impertinence.
Oh. Okay. I've never seen her actually turn into the bird model and then just fly off.
Continue attaching the strings, everyone. One will be but a moment.
Dang.
Cloud Retainer! Traveler! Paimon! Could I trouble you to go after Cloud Retainer?
Yeah, okay.
Master's going to be okay, right?
I'm more worried about the person who released the kite.
Yeah.
There's wind up ahead. Looks like we can glide over.
There we go. There's the furnishing.
It's right there.
This Fontainian device of mechanical motion is quite curious indeed.
Them? You're in for a surprise then.
Someone among us was not sufficiently attentive, and now the kite has vanished.
Calm yourself. Do you have any recollection of its last location?
It flew all the way to Mount Oldtown.
Perhaps it is mere happenstance, but one feels a certain sense of dread at the thought.
Oh shit.
Your concern is misplaced, surely.
No, I wouldn't say so.
Cloud Retainer is either in the city looking after her disciples, or secluded in her abode attending to her research. She will not notice that kite.
One presumes that this kite belongs to you.
Yeah, you guys are dead.
Huh?
Regard the situation with which we are now confronted. This is all your fault.
They have a goofy Liyue track for this. Dang, 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 dang.
One's fault. One seems to recall that releasing the kite was no solitary endeavor.
Are they really communicating telepathically?
Say something, Mountain Shaper. Surely you can think of something to appease her.
Further explanation shall only fan the flames of her wrath. It would be better to stay silent and retire at the earliest opportunity.
In reality, it's just them giving each other funny looks.
We can hardly avoid her forever. That may suffice during Lantern Night. But what about the Moon Chase Festival? Sooner or later, she will discover our true identity.
Hello?
Go retrieve the kite.
Absolutely not. You retrieve it.
Guys, you've been silent for like...
That is not our kite.
Oh, so an Adeptus such as oneself is mistaken then?
I like how you're watching this as an audience.
Ah, you're an Adeptus?
Can I really play this
forgive
off?
us for any impropriety. I truly possess no inkling of who could have released a kite into your esteemed domain.
Yeah, no idea at all.
Pray, who could be responsible for such wanton behavior?
Verily, verily, we were but delighting in the surrounding scenery. This locale is home to such exquisite... mint!
We finally caught up.
Oh god, are we gonna ruin their disguise?
Moon Carver?
Oh.
Mount Shaper? What are you doing here?
Thanks, Paimon.
You?
Okay, now Paimon's getting a weird vibe. Did she say something wrong?
You think?
It is of no consequence. Long has one seen through their disguises. One was simply curious as to how long they would keep up the act.
Then you are not angry?
How could one feel anger at the sight of two old friends enjoying themselves? One is also well aware of how enticing these city novelties can be.
We were simply consumed by a fit of festive spirit. Seldom do we get the opportunity to partake in the delights of the times. However, we are far from being as adept as you in matters that require a deftness of hand. No worthy kite could be born of our own making. Thus, we could only take the convenient route, so to speak.
Your prowess in mechanics is unparalleled, Cloud Retainer. You wield the wind and waves themselves. Your singular talent stands unmatched across the land. Of this, we are well aware.
One has guests to attend to. We will have to convene again some other time. Traveler, Paimon, do try to keep up.
Oh, and you're off again. Jesus.
It seems that one's concern was misplaced after all.
Then, should we continue flying the kite?
A splendid suggestion, but it would be advisable to change locations.
Perhaps your mountain would suffice? It is more than spacious enough.
As much as seeing them as NPCs is a bit discouraging and disappointing, but seeing them talk like this is still kind of funny to me.
A fine idea.
They're back.
After you left, Yaoyao and Shuyu tired themselves out playing with their kites. Gaming offered to escort them home.
Before he left, he said something that I don't quite understand. He said, a kite is always tied down no matter how far it flies or how high it soars. Its tether prevents it from ever truly flying free. He looked quite dejected as he said this.
Now that you mention it, Gaming did seem to have a rather strange attitude towards kites.
Perhaps he sees himself reflected in them.
If I were a kite, I would cherish that tether as a symbol of kinship and the bonds that tie us and...
Shenhe?
It may be an exceedingly slim and distant connection, but lose it, and you lose that which links you to home. If Gaming truly sees a kite as a reflection of himself, then I fear I understand his words even less.
Well, people often have different points of view depending on their mindset and experiences, right? It's actually quite normal. That's why tolerance and understanding are as important as they are.
Tolerance and understanding? What brought about this conversation? Did one miss something? Night fast approaches. If you are otherwise unoccupied, one would entreat you to stay and eat before you depart.
Oh, it's been so long since I've had the chance to enjoy your cooking, Cloud Retainer.
Worry not. One has prepared a variety of meat and vegetable dishes. One is more than familiar with everyone's culinary proclivities.
I call dibs on Paimon's portion.
Hey! Paimon's hungry too! It's not like the dim sum and grilled fish could keep her full the whole day, you know?
Shenhe, Ganyu, come with me.
Whoa, what's with all the secrecy? You're not trying to play favorites, are you? If you're ready to serve the food, we can help too.
Go to the boat entrance. Oh, we're going inside?
No.
You wait outside Cloud Retainer's boat for a few moments.
This is...
What?
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Oh. Damn. Just for this dinner? God, Shenhe's one looks great from the back. What the hell? I love the whole hairdo thing she has going on there. I mean, I don't have her, which I don't really need her in any of my teams. But God, that outfit looks amazing. It is a work of art. Also, gotta show off the outfits somehow.
I can feel the wind brushing against my legs. This is a bit embarrassing.
Yeah, her outfit, it's a little bit short.
Is the headpiece secure? I should have asked Cloud Retainer to check before I stepped outside.
How do we look?
You look fucking amazing.
She asked them just like that?
Y'all look great. Look at that. Lumine agrees.
You look pretty too, Ganyu! Oh, how should Paimon put it?
Okay, Shenhe is just...
so elegant and refined! Those outfits really suit you both!
Shenhe is just flexing now.
Given that one employed the services of the best tailor in all of Liyue, one would expect nothing less.
Chef's kiss.
What colors have you been partial to lately, Shenhe and Ganyu?
Huh.
Lately? Why is Cloud Retainer suddenly asking about what colors we like?
She wants a surprise. Oh.
One is gratified to see one's disciple has inherited one's own tastes.
Yeah, because you're mostly dressed in black.
Doesn't get dirty easily. A virtue I've come to value recently.
We think alike.
I favor blue and black.
And the material is sufficiently comfortable, yes?
Nice.
I simply cannot thank you enough, Cloud Retainer, for this gift. And the kite, too.
Thank you, Master.
One is content, as long as you are pleased with the gift. One hopes these garments will see much use.
That's good. You sit down and enjoy a table full of delicious food and pleasant company.
This golden crab's particularly good. The shell's deliciously crunchy, and the meat inside is so succulent and sweet! Paimon can't stop eating!
They have to stop showing me food. This is 2 dining scenes I've seen in a single act. You guys gotta stop.
It's a good thing Gaming isn't here, or Paimon would have to duel him for the food. You know, with chopsticks.
He appears to be a young man of much merit, and one is not the type who would see such potential squandered.
It appears that he wishes to break free from the kite string that tethers him.
Kite string? What strange metaphors you speak in, Shenhe. Ever since you returned from one mean restaurant, your turns of phrase render one at quite the loss.
Still can't take my eyes off her hairdo.
Oh, do you know about the conflict between Gaming and his dad, Xinyan?
One has only heard that the two are not on good terms.
He ran away from home and hasn't been back since.
Oh? Ran away, you say?
Paimon tells Cloud Retainer everything she knows about Gaming's family situation.
This shall not do. Lantern Rite fast approaches. We must make haste. As one was contacting various tailors around Liyue, one could not help but be reminded of Minogius. He possessed a singular talent for clothing design. He had an exquisite eye,
That's
not just for fabric
That's the
selection and color
Geo-yaksha,
care,
isn't it?
but also for what accessories could best accentuate a garment's overall styling.
I mean, plus we can't celebrate Lantern Rite knowing someone's suffering from all those burdens, so...
At a gathering of Adepti, Bonanis once complained in secret to some of the ladies in attendance that the skirt Minogius made for her was too long and impractical, lamenting that it would only hinder her in battle. However, when one asked Minogius his opinion, he remarked that the train of the skirt would serve to enhance her adeptal countenance by exemplifying a certain elegance. Minogius was that type of person. When it came to topics relating to garments and accessories, not even Rex Lapis could best his stubbornness. One means to say that Lantern Rite should be a day of reunion. It is a time to address problems before they turn into regrets. If there is a chance for young people to remain insulated from this reality, one should do one's utmost to make it so. Aha! One has an idea.
Yeah?
How about this?
A few moments later.
Does that make sense to everyone?
Surprise me then.
Now then, I counsel rest for all, and to make the necessary preparations. One shall see you in 2 days.
They're gonna make me do it again. Oh, there's part 2 done.
Day 3.
Hi, Gaming! Paimon sees you've certainly gotten an early start this morning. Playing games already, are we? Who won this time? You the one buying dim sum again?
Hey, when you put it like that, it makes it sound like I'm always the one losing.
Ah, perfect, you're all here. There's an important commission I need your help with. I need you to escort a tea merchant and their wares from Chaoying Village to Liyue Harbor. A very important client has requested to meet with him.
Sure. What's this merchant's address?
Here.
Where exact? Oh. Oh, is it gonna be... Oh.
If the client's that important, then this must be a very crucial, very pressing commission, right?
Is it gonna involve his dad or something?
All right, don't work too hard now, Longjo. We'll set off then.
And here's Act 3, the Gleeds returns to the pavilion. The Gleeds? This guy?
Hello, you must be the tea merchant heading to Liyue Harbor. We're here to escort you.
Yip Tak? Yeah, that's probably like a Cantonese name then. Is that his dad?
Dad?
Oh god. And he says he hasn't been back here since...
Oh, so you're Gaming's father. It's nice to meet you. Just leave this delivery to him. Trust Paimon, he's got this in the bag. Gaming is super good at what he does.
Paimon, read the room. That's not the tone everyone is feeling right now.
Everyone at the Secure Transport Agency says as much. Even the Ministry of Civil Affairs has nothing but good things to say about him.
I appreciate her putting in good words for him, but still, you know.
Seems like you've made some sort of name for yourself at least.
The goods are all in order?
Yes, they're all here.
Then let's get going.
We've been walking for so long. Is anyone tired? How about we stop and rest for a bit?
Oh, they got fireworks set up here.
I'm fine.
Gaming, don't you usually have some delicious snacks on you? Come on, bring them out so we can share them.
I'm fine. Thank you.
Paimon.
But the winter melon cake
Paimon.
you gave us last time was
Yo.
so delicious. Have you ever tried it before, Mr. Ip?
Paimon.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Come on, I made a whole kite for you and you're still like this?
This place looks nice and open. Why don't you all rest here for a second?
What about you? You're not going to join us?
Oh!
Now on today's Where's That Cloud Retainer?
It is right behind Lumine. I can't see her now.
Halt! Who goes there?
It appears that one's movements were overly conspicuous.
Oh.
Present your exquisite ornaments at once.
No. Is this Shen Yun's plan? Make them play as bandits? I can already feel it. They're gonna fail at this. I mean, look at the way they're talking. That's not... Treasure hoarders don't have etiquette. Blimey, fella. please hand over thy priceless possessions right now.
Bring them forth readily and without protest.
They use those big words, you two.
It seems as if these two are acting alone.
Really? So Shen Yun's plan was to send them out as punching bags?
It won't be difficult to subdue them, but they might have something else waiting in store for Dad. The best way to keep him safe is...
He still cares.
Leave this to me.
I mean,
I'll
of
handle
course.
them. Take my dad and the goods away from here.
No, Gaming. It's too dangerous.
This is what I do.
Well, he is a guard. He's right.
A thorny foe indeed. Let us depart and seek a target softer in blows and disposition.
It's so fucking ridiculous.
Don't think I'm gonna let you off so easily.
I see you. I see the plan you're concocting. Maybe you should have taught them some treasure hoarder slang, or like how people regularly talk.
Away! Let us away!
Gaming!
Don't worry, he's a great fighter.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Paimon's even seen him take down a dozen or so treasure hoarders all by himself.
I still love his first line.
If he had just stayed by my side and learned the family trade, he wouldn't have to put himself in such dangerous situations.
But it's because of that he sees himself as a kite, though. You know, it's gonna tie him down to the ground. Oh no, she's still there. Never mind.
All is going to plan.
All according to Keqing. Well,
Okay, we should be good to stop here.
I'm sorry? Big Zhong?
Yes.
Oh no, what is he
Oh. He's flying a kite Hutao? They actually have an animation for the kite flying. Oh. Dang.
Good sir, please listen to me. Reel in your line and leave this place as quickly as
My
you can.
man.
There are bandits in the area.
Bandits? Acting in broad daylight?
Oh, do we not take account into him being here?
Oh. Ah, I see.
Ah,
It
yeah.
appears many people are catching a chill as of late. If your throat is bothering you, Paimon, perhaps some tea and rest are in order. If there are indeed bandits in the area, then we should inform the Millilith at once.
The guard that was escorting us is already on their tail.
Oh? Well, if that's the case, such matters are best left to those with the necessary expertise. Wouldn't you agree?
He's good at what he does.
Since we find ourselves otherwise unoccupied in this beautiful area, why don't we find a quiet place to relax while we wait for good news?
There's a select few in Genshin whose voice is always going to be eargasm for me. One of them's Zhongli. You, by the way, you. The whole tone of him is just, it's perfect.
So, Uncle Ip does have a reason to be worried. After all, Gaming, the guard we mentioned, is his son.
Gaming. Ah, yes. That is the name of the Wushu dancer who has been performing around Liyue Harbor recently, is it not?
Oh, have you seen him perform?
Indeed. I cannot help but admire his skill. He truly encapsulates the spirit of the Suani. Wushu dancing has become more well known in Liyue Harbor recently. However, although performers are seeing budding success, they have no doubt had to face many hurdles along the way.
Yeah,
One's not so easily understood by spectators such as ourselves. If you ask me, what truly deserves admiration is perseverance in the face of adversity. That is a rare attribute indeed. I have heard many of my acquaintances praise Gaming for his kind, selfless, and courageous disposition. To have a child so accomplished and upright, you must be a very proud parent indeed, Uncle Ip.
He's a hard worker. Yes.
You should be sure to tell him you think that when he gets back.
Your son is young yet. It's normal for someone his age to be a bit hot-headed.
It's only giving family advice, parental advice. I don't know. Something about that feels very wholesome.
This thing between us has festered for many years now. In truth, there are some things that simply aren't easy for us to talk through. I've been in the tea business for most of my life, and I always hoped my child would do the same. Otherwise, how would he support himself? Over the past few years, I heard how well he was doing for himself as a guard, how his work was taking him to farther and farther off places. I also heard that he never gave up on wushou dancing. It made me happy, but I was also worried. When you're young, you can handle all that physically taxing work and manual labor. What young person isn't capable of making a living that way? My concern is what happens when you get old.
I'm not surprised he's opposed to like the way what Gaming chose to do, but I mean, in the end, parents are parents. They're just gonna support what you do.
Every time I get to thinking like that, I cannot help but be reinforced in the belief that I was right. That I was right not to give in. I often regret introducing him to wushou dancing as a kid. If I had known how things would turn out, I would have never taken him to see those performances in the first place.
It is only natural for a parent to strive to send their child down the right path. No one would begrudge you that sentiment, Uncle Ip. You need not worry.
You seem quite young, Mr. Zhongli. Yet you speak with such wisdom. Perhaps I have misjudged your age.
Your words are too kind. Truth be told, one of my old friends has several grown daughters.
Is he talking about retainer?
Rather than fretting about their future, however, she prefers to let them find their own way.
I meant to say earlier, there is no need to be so polite. Feel free to call me by my name, Ipdak.
You need not reproach your heart for caring. You simply need to loosen your hold a little. Indeed, with such a big heart, why not allocate the time you usually spend worrying about Gaming to the pursuit of other things? Like going for a stroll, drinking tea, or taking in the scenery. You never know what surprises could be in store. Things can change in the blink of an eye. Children grow up in quite the same way, do they not? Day after day, year after year, sometimes in the blink of an eye, but always when you least expect it. As a father, I'm sure you know that best.
Yes, you can say that again. 1 second, Gaming was a kid. The next thing I knew, he was ready to fly the nest.
Oh, so what exactly happened to Mountain Shaper and Moon Carver?
Dad, Traveler, Paimon. Good, you're all here. Oh, and Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor? You're here too?
A fated meeting indeed. We were just enjoying some pleasant conversation.
Traveler, Paimon, come with me. I need to talk to you.
Oh, okay.
I'll come right out and say it. Those two bandits, you sent them, didn't you?
The fuck?
Are they that bad at acting?
At first, their mannerisms seemed a bit stilted, but once I got close, it was obvious that they possessed great skills.
Oh, fuck.
I was right on their tail, and it should have taken only a few steps to catch up to them, yet somehow, I was never able to close that distance. People with that level of skill would have gone about things differently from the start, like sneaking up on us while we were distracted.
You are very observant.
Unless, of course, their real motive was to lure me away from the group all along.
Wow, I got nothing on you, Gaming.
Wow, you're pretty quick on the uptake.
That color me impressed, jeez. Unless that was on purpose. He was supposed to see through this. It's Cloud Retainer. Surely her plan isn't this fragile?
I'm guessing you guys were trying to help resolve things between my dad and me?
Bingo.
I appreciate it, I really do.
It's not what you want, though, is it?
This conflict between us has been going on for a long time. Even if those two were real bandits, and I was able to subdue them and show them what I was capable of, it wouldn't change anything.
That's just one part of it, though. There has to be more.
You've seen the way he talks to me.
It's not like that at all! Your dad really cares about you. You should see the way he talks about you when you're not around.
But he's still complaining about how he regrets taking you to wushou dancing, so...
You told us you wanted to prove yourself to your dad. Why don't you tell him about all the hard work you've done these past few years? It's time to put these people skills to good use. You can make friends with anyone, so why not your dad?
It won't hurt to try.
I'll do my best.
How much tea have you drank since we've been gone?
Ipdak and I have found many a common interest. Our friendship, much like a cup of tea, seems to grow stronger the longer it has to steep.
Well said, Mr. Zhongli. Gaming Mr. Zhongli is very knowledgeable. You should take the opportunity to learn from people like him when you're in the city.
Huh? Oh, of course.
Zhongli?
I have very much enjoyed our conversation, Ipdak, but I, unfortunately, have some unfinished funeral parlor business to attend to.
We'll see you off, Zhongli. You two have a nice chat, alright?
Should we sit?
Sure.
Still so awkward between them, though. Jeez.
Thanks for helping us talk things through with Uncle Ip. Good thing you were able to pick up on what we were putting down. Why did you have us walk all this way? Paimon thought we just had to go far enough to be out of earshot.
A friend approaches.
Hello.
I thought it was supposed to be Cloud Retainer. Never mind. It's our short boy. It's our favorite short boy.
Xiao, you're here too?
I've been here the whole time. A ghostly kite. Could that elusive Director Hu be coming to Wangshu Inn once again? Given her relationship with Rex, Zhongli, I might as well go pay my respects. It's you. I thought you were Director Hu.
Ah, your arrival is most fortuitous. Do you want to try out this new gadget?
Dad? Oh shit.
In truth, I'm here because Director Hu dispatched me to purchase some items in preparation for Lantern Rite.
Much like she does every year. Much like she'll do next year, I would imagine.
This is literally mirroring the... I mean, it's obviously more of like an uplifting tone. More of a hilarious one. But it's mimicking the awkwardness between Gaming and Ipdak.
This one here is a traditional kite, one without any equipped mechanical device. Director Hu tasked me with studying the differences between the two to determine which one is of greater merit. Many hands make light work. Perhaps you could test out the other kite for me?
All right. I have made my comparisons. If speed is what you're after, the mechanical kite is the better choice.
I mean, it is Fontainian build, so...
Wonderful. I shall pass that information along to Director Hu.
So, you were testing out the kites for Hutao and even roped Xiao into doing it for you?
I would hardly say I roped Xiao into anything. I simply sought the help of a friend. Besides, we did the testing together.
Seems like our pool of competitors is growing.
The competition's not the important thing right now. It doesn't matter. We're going to win either way.
Do you like kite flying, Xiao?
I suppose I neither like nor dislike it. Although, watching a kite gradually ascend into the sky does bring me a certain peace of mind. Perhaps they're a bit like Xiao lanterns in that way.
Have you ever thought about making a kite, Xiao? Cloud Retainer taught us how. We can teach you if you want.
Oh, yeah, we could totally make a kite in the shape of his mask.
There's no need. Menogius was the only Yaksha among us who had an interest in matters of ornamentation and design. When Lantern Rite is over, come find me near Pervasi's temple if you have the time.
Sure, absolutely. Second option, absolutely.
Take care, Zhongli. See you later.
See you next time.
Such a good man. How are you guys doing?
Gaming.
Oh.
You can go first.
I don't have anything to say.
Then I'll go. I still don't want to leave Liyue Harbor.
What's his reaction to that?
I can't say I support that decision, but... Hey, let me finish before you get all worked up.
Sit, Shenhe, sit. You must be tired from your journey. Shall I pour you a cup of tea, or would you prefer something else to drink?
Is this also part of your plan? To sit right next to them?
No need. I'm not tired.
Oh,
they're gone, Master.
Okay. Thanks for confirming.
The time is nigh for us to make an appearance.
Alright.
Do you remember the plan when recounted to you?
Yes, Master. We aim to give them a demonstration of familial love.
They're not letting... Yeah, not until they solve this family conflict. Jesus.
So I'll have whatever you are having.
What are Auntie Xianyun and Shenhe doing here? Just how many people are involved in this scheme?
Yeah, he's gonna feel even more uncomfortable, like, speaking his mind out loud.
Perfect. I just so happen to have bought some Sunglow tea recently. It's quite the delectable variety.
Some Sunglow tea recently. You know, it's okay.
Or it would be if one has not been forced to drink it every day in the hopes of whittling down one's considerable stash. One has more than had one's fill already. Has work been busy during the holiday season? Do you need my help with anything?
Drunk guests can sometimes cause trouble, but I deal with them as you taught me, by pinning their heads against the table.
Are Auntie Xianyun and Shenhe serious right now?
Oh dear. While one was busy orchestrating this act, one seems to have forgotten about Shenhe's various eccentricities. What I meant to ask was, have you made any new friends? We live so far from each other.
You're doing your
it
best.
would be a great comfort to me to know you were surrounded by good companions.
You go, Shenhe.
You already know of my past circumstances.
Oh, fuck.
Recently, I've been conversing with Guoba in the kitchen at night. Guoba can't talk, but his companionship is a comfort.
Oh. Guoba's great.
Poor child. Her one friend can't even talk.
Oh, God.
I guess maybe Gaming is not doing so bad after all. Perhaps I've been too hard on him.
Perhaps I treated you too harshly.
Let's move on, shall we? Do you have any plans for today, Shenhe? How about we do something fun?
The whole thing is more directed towards his dad more than anything, because Gaming knows what the hell's going on.
That sounds about right. Take her to do something fun, and perhaps she'll loosen up a bit.
I guess this is working.
Like we used to do when we would carry stones up and down the mountain from dawn until dusk, picking herbs to eat for dinner along the way. If that is what you ask of me, then that is what I shall do.
You should have talked this through. She's your disciple. If she's gonna be part of the plan, how did you not talk this through with her? Family activities, am I right?
Dad, here, have some tea. Or no, wait, let's not have any just yet.
Yeah. I simply can't listen to that any longer. Gaming, I'd like to finish what I was trying to say before. I don't support your decision to stay in Liyue Harbor, because living there is too hard on you. If you come home, there will be people to help you. I'm not saying we have to live under the same roof. I know our personalities are too similar to avoid butting heads. But you'll have your entire family around you.
But you'd be dragging him away from what he wants to do, though.
Your aunts, uncles, they'll all do whatever they can to help. You could get a less taxing job, and we could grab dim sum together from time to time.
Huh. I didn't know dim sum was such an important affair, Master.
Shh. Just think about it. Okay? You don't have to decide now.
Dad really has changed a lot. He would never have said these things to me before.
It's been a few years, right?
But thank you, Dad.
Oh, they're drinking tea in silence. That's not a good sign. Did Xianyun's plan not work after all? Hey, you two! Paimon's sorry we were gone for so long. We got to chatting with some friends and didn't realize how much time had passed.
Perfect timing, actually. We seem to be just about done here.
Yep, let's go. I'll get the bags.
Gaming has grown a lot taller, hasn't he?
Shenhe, you did amazing, by the way. Great acting. My goodness.
Master, did I say something wrong earlier?
No. You did the best you could.
I tried to go along with your questions, but when I saw how you and that man reacted, I started to wonder.
It's what you would consider normal after all. Doesn't everyone eat herbs and carry stones?
Not at all. Certain unforeseen variables may have presented themselves along the way.
It's okay.
But the outcome proved favorable. The plan was a success.
Task failed successfully.
Then I helped?
You must be Mr. Ip! Thank you for coming all this way. My name is Charlotte, and I'm a reporter from Fontaine. You can find me writing for the Steambird. I invited you here not just to purchase your fine tea, but also with the hope that you might be willing to sit down for a short interview. What do you say?
An interview? To advertise my teas?
I suppose you could think of it that way. We Fontainians are big tea drinkers too.
Perhaps we could sit down and discuss the questions you intend to ask in advance.
Of course, of course. Please follow me.
Is this person also involved in your plan?
Charlotte? Really? She's the very important client.
And here I thought I had lots of connections. I suppose I've been humbled. You sure know all kinds of cool and important people.
Over here! Yoo-hoo! Over here!
Oh, hey.
She probably wants to talk about the next phase of the plan. Let's go while your dad is still distracted.
I take it that all is going well?
Don't worry, Shenhe.
Yeah.
Everything is going according to plan.
I knew that was all an act earlier. Auntie Shenyun is really something. She was so determined to help me. She didn't even care about making herself and Shenhe appear foolish in front of my family.
That...
She truly knows how to look out for others. I still have a lot to learn.
The foolish part wasn't part of the plan though, but hey, it
The
works.
next step, there are more important matters for you to consider at the moment. Are there not?
Exactly.
Yes. I've been thinking about it the whole way here. I have an idea, but I'd hate to cause even more trouble for all of you.
Just say it.
That is for us to decide.
Okay. So, it's like this.
Oh, I don't get to hear it again this time.
Got it. Just leave it to us.
Okay.
Let's split up and make it happen.
Do your teas pair well with milk? What about sugar?
Can we skip that question?
Of course! You would much prefer that the teas be made plain, I suppose. Perhaps you could provide some descriptions of their flavor profiles during the interview.
Ah, no problem.
Noted. Now then, let's discuss tea box design, shall we? Recently, I've learned a lot about traditional Liyue motifs and their deeper meanings. I was thinking if there was some way to integrate these motifs into the design of the exterior packaging.
Now that's an interesting idea. If you ask me, I would probably...
That's going along well. Just keep him there.
All from my time with the Crux.
Oh. When I said close, I mean we're right here already.
Qiqi, we're almost there.
Okay.
Aww. You go, Qiqi. And they're in their outfits. Nice. God, Shenhe's hairstyle. Fuck. It's every time I see it, it's still so good.
Allow me.
It's so good. It looks so good.
Rite is as festive as ever.
Right, and then I'm pretty sure that that statue's Menogius.
Huh? Oh, what's going on?
Did something happen? What should we do? Oh, should we get the Millilith?
Fireworks? Oh, oh. Oh, Usho dancing! From the trailer! Oh, he's gonna dance on the... Oh. Oh, this is so nostalgic. God, this is so nostalgic for me. Okay. You go, Gaming. Ah, they're there too. And his dad's. Oh, he's jumping on the... Oh. Wow. No, he's forming like a pattern or something. Maybe? Okay. Oh, this feels so epic though. That's a nice way to do it, because usually there's like when they perform, it's the whole stands thing. And this time, it's instead of stands, it's like lanterns. That's cool. Keqing and Charlotte?
Have I taken that many pictures already? I need to load more film.
Shenhe smiling. Shenhe smiling. Good job, you. Hello? That was amazing.
Wait. The wind.
Hey. Retainer coming in clutch.
Do you see that kite way out in front?
That's not really a kite. It's not.
Hutao!
Happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite.
His dad and Shuyu. He wants to invite him to fly kites together. Aww. That cutscene was really beautiful. And when they started like batting the drums,
now, if that's okay.
that was really nostalgic for me. I remember the exact rhythm because I've watched a good number of those dances perform. Very accurate too.
Son.
Again?
I suppose I'll go first this time.
Okay.
Your performance. I've seen many wushou dances in my time, but I've gotta admit, what you pulled off there was breathtaking.
Really is.
Wow. I never thought I'd live to hear you say that.
That's a bit
You're
much.
serious about doing this professionally?
Absolutely. I know it'll be difficult, but...
Then it doesn't matter. What I mean to say is, of course it'll be difficult. But if that's your decision, if that's your dream, then it doesn't matter how difficult it is. As long as you put in the work, then any obstacle can be overcome in time. Really, when I was young, I also... Actually, how about we save that story of my past for another time? All I really want to say is, I've changed my mind. Much like this kite, you also deserve to soar to new heights.
Dad.
Son.
Son? Haven't heard that in a while.
I bet you're wondering what's gotten into me saying all this.
Well,
I mean, you've convinced him.
A little bit, yeah.
I know I've never found the chance to say this before, but... to me, Gaming, you've always been a great kid. Alright, that's everything I've got. Did you have something you wanted to say, or...
Oh.
Seeing the two of them talk things through like this really gives Paimon a sense of accomplishment.
Now go. Over there. Your friends are still waiting for you. I'll be staying in Liyue Harbor for a bit longer. When you have time, we can grab dim sum together. Your treat, right?
Dad, honestly.
Go.
Okay, then I'm off. See you soon.
It's a nice kite.
That's quite the smile you've got there, Gaming.
Really?
It's It's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'd like to find and thank Auntie Shenyun, as well as everyone else who's helped me out. If everyone has time, maybe we could all get together and go fly a kite.
Oh, there's Act 3 done. Nice.
Oh, Lantern Rite was simply amazing. I'm not sure I'll be able to sleep tonight.
About the mechanical vertical lifting device.
Oh, that? Yeah, interesting story. It was invented by a guy from Fontaine. His name is Ildison. He's always tinkering away at some mechanism or another. He's even asked the Steambird to write about his inventions on more than one occasion.
About the interview and working together with Gaming's father.
My conversation with Mr. Ip went really well. I've already sent the first draft of my article back to the Steambird. It's a piece that contains all the pertinent information while also telling a story. I'm quite proud of it. It was all thanks to your connections and creativity. I would have never thought I'd be able to bring such a special gift back to Fontaine with me.
About Lantern Rite.
This was my first time experiencing a foreign holiday in person. It was so exciting.
The last time she was here, it was for the TCG tournament.
The festive atmosphere, the contagious holiday spirit, the profound, storied cultural traditions steeped in symbolism. Oh, I almost forgot. Keqing even gave me a kite with a poem on it that she wrote herself.
Ganyu's gonna be jealous.
It goes, dreams are like paper kites. With them do our hopes take flight. Sailing high above the clouds, they yearn for something more profound. Yet try we may and try we might. A deeper truth waits in plain sight. Though we hang our hopes in skies abound, many joys lie on the ground.
Wow.
I want to include this poem in my special feature on Lantern Rite. I'm sure a lot of people will love it.
Until next time, Charlotte.
Yep, and happy Lantern Rite to you.
Day 4.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot! Didn't Zhongli say Hutao was also planning on spending some time in Xiaoying village?
I mean, how I love...
We didn't have anything else to do today, right? Why don't we go have a look around? Maybe we'll run into her.
Furina and Liyue, let's make it happen, huh? It's so pretty.
The mountain air is so refreshing. It makes Paimon feel like she could float around all day and never get tired. Cream! Gummies! Fuel fruit!
Wait, it's called Buell this whole time? Bruh, I've been calling it bull fruits. Like bull fruit. Oh shit. It is what I thought it's gonna be. They're both here together too. So it was, of course it was her shouting.
Navia, Chlorinde!
Ah, well if it isn't my dear partners. See, I told you that something good was going to happen during our travels today. I have to say, sometimes the Steambird's astrology column is spot on.
Didn't expect them to come to Liyue, yeah. Hot Fontaine girls jump scare. No, not girls. Women.
It's just your lucky day.
Are you guys also here to catch the festivities? Oh, and that reminds me. Happy Lantern Rite.
You too.
Happy Lantern Rite.
Wait, if you're here for Lantern Rite, then what are you doing on top of this deserted mountain?
I mean, Xiaoying village, the view is very nice.
And that voice we heard, that was you, right, Navia?
Oh, impressive. You could tell it was me from that far away.
Are you trying to summon me or something?
That or your voice is just really loud.
Well, of course it is. After all, I'm a boss.
Not just any boss. The boss of Spina de Rosula. Did you know that its logo is in the shape of a heart? It was designed by my mother.
Paimon just wants to know why you two were shouting from the top of this deserted mountain.
Right, it was mostly Navia. I can't imagine Chlorinde shouting. I mean, she can, but it's probably just gonna be very monotone.
Ooh, is it some sort of secret code?
No, it's not a code. The words are meaningless.
I mean, I guess standing this high with such a scenic view does make you want to shout at the top of your lungs, right?
Perhaps, but the act of shouting was very meaningful indeed.
Because it summoned me.
That's just what mountain climbers do, right? After all the hard work it takes to make it to the top, as you stand on the summit looking out at the vast scenery, it's not easy to resist the
I
urge
don't
to
blame
release
you.
those emotions.
I mean, hey, look at the view. Chenyuvel really does look pretty, doesn't it? Where's the ability to turn off dialogue thingies? You know, like for like Star Rail, they have that. You can like kind of turn off the UI temporarily. I see. It's not what you were shouting that matters, but the act of shouting itself.
When you're stressed, don't you ever just get the urge to do something for no reason?
Not really. If I ever get stressed, I just go hunting. What I choose to hunt depends on my mood.
Anyway, why don't you two give it a try? Shout anything you want. It's a real stress reliever.
It was me as Lumine.
Primogems! Win 50-50! Arlecchino, come home now!
Like, especially us, as the traveler, we have much more stressful and traumatizing things that we rarely discuss with anyone.
No need to be shy. Even Furina was shouting from the top of this mountain earlier.
She's here. Let's go.
Actually, the reason we climbed this mountain in the first place was also because we heard the sound of shouting.
Yeah, oh.
We could just about make out someone yelling things like, "Help me!" and "What should I do?" So we hurried up here to check it out. And what do you know? Miss Furina was standing right there, all red in the face. She practically sprinted back down the mountain the minute she saw us.
That reminds me. I believe what she actually said was, "So help me, I will figure out what I should do about this script."
Of course, directors.
So, you could actually hear what she was saying? Why didn't you say so earlier? I thought someone was really in trouble.
I figured we would come check out the situation either way. Why not let her keep some privacy?
Laurent, Jesus. Did y'all not travel together?
We ran into Nervalet on the way here as well, but he was already on his way back, so they probably weren't together.
Is the thing I want to see really gonna happen? An exchange between Nervalet and Zhongli?
What? Nervalet was here too?
So many people from Fontaine.
What was he doing here? It couldn't have been for vacation.
I think it just might have been, actually. But apparently he only stayed for half a day before heading back. He's a very busy man.
Wait. Aww.
Nervalet is not the type to take much time off. Taking even a half day for himself is already a huge step in the right direction.
And here I thought, I'm surprised Risley isn't here of all people. This shit's paradise for him.
I'm pretty sure the tea you bought is this region's specialty. What is it called again?
So long tea.
Yes, that's the one.
You didn't really buy 10 boxes, did you?
Please, do I look like someone who would fall for that sort of marketing trap?
We should probably head out and look for Hutao.
No need to stay on our account. We just got up here, so we're gonna stay around for a little longer.
Enjoy the
meet
view.
Your friend. We can meet up in Xiaoying Village later.
We're gonna head down the mountain then. See you later!
What do I have to do to get you to yell from the top of this mountain? Name your price.
You really want to hear it that bad, huh?
I'm just
Me too,
curious
probably.
is all. I have a feeling you'll say something amazing.
I will pass. I prefer to let actions speak louder than words.
What kind of actions? Wait, so if Furina's here and we're here to meet Hutao...
Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm!
These two gremlins are gonna meet up! And Zhongli's here too!
Paimon's not seeing things, is she? Is that Furina standing between Zhongli and Hutao?
Judging based on the hat, I'd say so.
Wonder what they're talking about. Zhongli knows a lot of stuff. Maybe he's telling Furina about Xiaoying Village. Oh, or maybe Hutao is trying to rope Furina into being one of her clients.
Wanna make a bet?
Hey, this isn't the Fortress of Meropide. But Paimon could be convinced for the right price. Let's say loser buys the winner 3 huge bowls of seafood kanji. Since Zhongli is there, Paimon bets things are pretty tame. It's decided then. Paimon votes for tour guide Zhongli.
Then I vote for Hustler Hutao.
All right, no time to waste. Let's go see who's right. Good afternoon, Hutao, Zhongli, and Furina.
Hey.
Oh, well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Seems like our luck just keeps on growing.
That we were able to meet you both without prior arrangement must mean that this is quite the serendipitous meeting indeed.
Oh, so both of you are acquainted with the Traveler and Paimon then?
I have nearly felt the passage of time since our last meeting. So many chums all in one place.
Looks like someone's
Missed you,
learned a thing or
Furina.
two from Zhongli.
I must admit, I'm a bit surprised to see you here, traveler. But seeing as you're a hero who's been all over to that, it makes sense that you would be well-traveled and well-connected.
I don't know, man. I mean, ever since 4.2, Furina as a character just felt... It's such a joy to see her again.
Since we have found ourselves in each other's company within this fertile land, allow me to take this opportunity to wish you a happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite to you, too.
It appears you have been to Fontaine, then.
You've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Been to...
Given your proclivity to spread good deeds wherever you go, it's no surprise that you would make the acquaintance of a celebrity as illustrious and celebrated as Miss Furina.
That's quite high praise. What I mean to say is, you flatter me, Mr. Zhongli.
I wonder if this is gonna be like the regular thing. Like every Lantern Rite is just gonna have a mini epilogue. I'm just saying that probably next year's Lantern Rite, it's gonna be the people of Natlin.
I stand before you right now as nothing more than an ordinary traveler in search of beautiful scenery and creative inspiration. There is definitely more to Mr. Zhongli than meets the eye. I could tell as much from our conversation earlier. Given his breadth of knowledge on both academic and worldly matters, there's no way he hasn't heard about what happened in Fontaine.
I mean, also given that he's a dragon, too.
Is he just feigning ignorance for my benefit?
No. Ayya. You're no common tourist. I simply won't have you talk about yourself that way.
Does that mean Hutao also knows?
You may not have heard, friends, but...
Miss Hutao.
Miss Furina is now one of my esteemed clients.
Yup.
Oh, did you hear that, Paimon? She's Hutao's esteemed client.
Okay, you win. Guess Paimon will have to break into the hidden stash at the bottom of her shoe.
What's this about winning something?
Don't tell me. You two were placing bets on us.
It was Paimon's idea.
What was Paimon's guess then?
Paimon thought Zhongli was showing the newbie around.
By newbie, you mean me, right?
If that's the case, then Paimon's guess was also correct.
Mr. Zhongli was telling me about some great sightseeing spots in the area.
There's a lot of good sightseeing spots in Chenyu Vale.
You see? Paimon was right too!
Okay, fine.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot to ask about the most important question. Did, something happen recently, Furina?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you know, with you enlisting the services of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor and all.
Right, yeah.
Oh, well, yes.
Really? Oh no. Paimon is so sorry for your loss. Although Paimon may have not known the person, please accept Paimon's deepest...
Whoa, it's not like that, Paimon. Really, Paimon. It's not like you don't know me. Do I look like I know anyone who would ask me to coordinate their funeral? Miss Hutao is simply helping prepare some props for my film.
You need Liyue-styled coffins?
Not too long ago, I read a collection of horror stories from Liyue. The content was spectacular. In fact, I still feel the need to sleep with the light on even now. Anyway, that's not the point.
It's alright. No shame in that.
My original plan was to just relax and enjoy the sights. But then I ran into Miss Hutao and Mr. Zhongli, and well, you know the rest. I suppose it was meant to be.
It was a fated meeting indeed.
Zhongli sure loves his lofty turns of phrase. But if you ask me, it's all thanks to that man who stopped to ask for directions.
That man?
It's someone you know. Wanna take a guess?
It was New Villette, wasn't it?
What? How did you guess that on your first try?
Fontaine, y'all are here. Who else is it gonna be? You tell everyone about your encounter with Navia and Chlorinde at the top of the mountain. One look at the pitiful expression on Furina's face is enough to convince you to leave out the part about the shouting. Aww.
Paimon never thought Neuvillette would be the type to get lost.
He was already getting ready to leave by the time I arrived. He just wanted to ask someone about the quickest way to get back to Fontaine.
For him, though, swimming would probably be the fastest route of them all. But guess what? You can't swim in Liyue. We don't have that privilege. You just drown.
Were you the one that pointed him in the right direction, Hutao?
Of course. I'm also a guide of sorts, you know. So naturally, I also have a great sense of direction. But speaking of your friend...
Where is he?
He doesn't get out much, does he?
No, he doesn't.
No wonder. He was stiff as a board and way too polite. I would have never guessed he was here on vacation if you hadn't told me.
This is how Nuvalet is. He's also a new Hydro Sovereign, so cut him a bit of slack, alright?
All in all, he was only here for half a day. I'm pretty sure he's the only one who would consider that to be a vacation.
Wait, you didn't see him, Zhongli?
Unfortunately, no.
No.
At the time, it appeared as if Director Hu and Miss Furina were having quite the productive conversation. I know matters of business can take much discussion, so I decided to fetch some tea for them.
What a shame. That gentleman seemed like a sophisticated sort of guy.
Oh, sophisticated
I actually
is
think you
right.
two would have hit it off.
That's what I'm saying.
Is that so?
Judging by how Zhongli is acting, and taking into consideration Nuvalet's true identity, could Zhongli have been avoiding him on purpose? I mean, unless he's thinking that sovereigns and archons don't really get on well, which they kinda don't. Nuvalet is a very specific exception. Maybe that's why. But I mean, Nuvalet's a good guy. He's learned, you know. Oh, right. Nuvalet wants to fight all of them. Except Nahida.
To borrow Miss Furina's turn of phrase, perhaps it just wasn't meant to be.
Well, with the Traveler around, I'm sure you'll have a chance to get to know each other at some point. Oh, that reminds me. If you get the chance, you should try and talk to Nuvalet into loosening up a bit. Just tell him the Palais Mermonia isn't going to fall apart if he disappears for a few days. He shouldn't keep himself cooped up all the time.
Well, he is managing the Numa Uzia flow for the energy.
Even clams open their shells to let in fresh water every once in a while, right? If he's really that much of a stickler for protocol, he can fill out a leave of absence request. He'd have to approve it himself since he handles that sort of thing now, but you know what I mean.
That does make sense. He's the fair and impartial Udex of Fontaine, head of the highest court in the land, otherwise known as the demon who controls all of the paperwork in Fontaine.
Sounds like a pretty uptight sort of guy, all right. In my experience, a leader needs to be able to roll with the punches. That also includes knowing when and what to prioritize. It seems like your friend still has a lot of growing to do.
If I remember correctly, he's already several thousands of years old.
Well, he did recently learn how to relate to the feelings of humans, so...
You're quite right, Miss Hutao.
Oh, they came down.
We saw you all chatting over here, and we're wondering if we could join in.
Please, excuse the interruption.
Oh, so polite.
It is Fontaine.
No apologies necessary. Any friend of the Traveler and Miss Furina is a friend of mine. Straight to the point. I like it.
Both of them are so upbeat. They almost have like the same tone of voice. Everyone circles around you and begins to introduce themselves. Hutao's eyes light up when she hears about Clohan's profession. But a quick explanation from Furina and Navia seems to dispel some of her more misguided ideas.
It's getting late.
It's afternoon
If we
already.
want to catch a boat back before dark, we should probably get going.
Then, Miss Furina?
Yeah?
Oh, yes?
When are you planning to head back? Do you need us to escort you?
Oh, I don't think that will be necessary. I mean, you're not my subordinate anymore. You don't need to look after me.
I didn't mean it that way. It's normal for friends to travel home together if they run into each other on the road.
Yeah.
There are a lot of mountainous roads in this area. I imagine they'll be even harder to navigate after dark. Exactly. Just like in those ghost stories.
Ooh.
8 paths converge in a wood. Beside them an old house is stood. If you dare to go inside, not a soul will greet your eye. But if you take a closer look, There may be something you mistook. A candle flickers to and fro, yet there is no wind to make it so. What is its secret? What could it mean? In this wood, where mystery screams. Ooh.
Hutao, she already has to sleep with the lights on.
My dear demoiselles, ladies, no, I mean friends, please take me with you.
Of course.
Furina.
Gotta say, Furina, you are really quite the character.
You're a devious one, Hutao.
By the way, did I hear you mention that Chlorinde used to work under you?
Best we not get into that, okay?
I prefer how things are now. I can come and go as I please, and get to enjoy the sweet taste of freedom.
I see. Well, you've certainly picked an apt place to relax. Xiaoying Village is an exemplary choice.
Well, have you all had a good time?
Only the best. And I've learned a lot, too. Thank you so much, Miss Hutao and Mr. Zhongli.
It's fine. You've thanked us more than enough already. The next time you're in this neck of the woods, I'll treat you to some dim sum in the city.
Hey.
Dim sum. Is that some kind of Liyue term for snacks or desserts?
Some of those dishes can be sweet, but dim sum itself isn't exactly.
It's basically a table full of as much tea, sweets, and good company as you can manage.
Fuck, every time you talk about food, it just makes me hungry. I can literally feel myself physically, like my stomach getting more empty the longer they drag this on. Guys, please spare me, okay?
Didn't you guys say you were here on vacation?
Give me a break.
How come you're all going home empty-handed?
You're not bringing home any souvenirs?
Of course I am. I bought tons of fun things to bring home with me. Chlorinde is the one who didn't buy anything for herself.
So all you're bringing back with you is that tea?
And some tea-flavored hard candies. They're for Sigewin.
What about you, Furina?
Me? Oh, well, I bought some tea, of course.
So much
I just had
tea.
to try all the varieties recommended in the Steambird. Other than that, just some bits and bobs, you know. A little bit of this, little bit of that. They should all be things I can use, I think.
So you fell for a few marketing traps then?
If you bought that much stuff, where did it all go? Into one of Linny's magic packets?
Oh, actually.
Yeah?
Monsieur Neuvillette took them with him.
Oh. Oh, dang. Dim some mukbang stream sometime? I mean... the only mukbang I'd be having is just microwaved pasta. Is that what you guys are doing? Okay. Y'all are helping.
Chlorinde said Neuvillette offered to deliver her gifts to Risley. So if we go to the entrance of the Fortress of Meripede, maybe we'll run into Neuvillette.
Oh, that reminds me. A new year of work is about to begin. If there's anything you want to talk about, Zhongli, you know you can come to me. I'm all ears.
Thank God I don't know what that is.
Does the director have any concerns?
It just seemed like you were a bit preoccupied today, and much less talkative than usual. You barely said anything other than, "Is that so?" and "Indeed." If you ask me, I'd say you're having a midlife crisis. You're getting to be around that age after all.
Is that so?
Ugh.
He's had many crises already.
Xiaoying Village enjoys a much slower pace of life. Surrounded by such peace and tranquility, I also seem to have developed a proclivity for inactivity. I apologize for making you worry.
I see. What do you think, Traveler? Is this atmosphere putting you in a lazy mood too?
Out of mind, out of sight. Different worlds should not collide? Dang.
Wow, you are getting really good at these kinds of lines.
Bars.
Indeed.
Indeed. Hydro Dragon. He is there. Hydro Dragon, how you doing?
Oh, it's you. It has been some time since our last meeting. Few people frequent this location. Since I was able to conclude my work early for the day, I thought I might take a walk and avail myself of this area's peace and quiet.
You call this early? Do you always work this late, Neuvillette?
Strictly speaking, that depends on the agenda for the day. I am hardly bereft of time, however. so working late is of little consequence to me.
Get enough sleep, dude.
Really? If you have so much time on your hands, then why did you only go to Qiaoying Village for half a day?
First, I should clarify that I was referring to my lifespan, rather than the time at my disposal on any given day.
Oh, okay.
Second, I was unaware you possessed knowledge of my trip to Qiaoying Village.
Well, we were just there. You give Nuvillette a quick summary of everything that happened today.
I see. Thank you for informing me.
Did you deliver the gifts?
Yes, they have been safely delivered.
Wow.
I have to hand it to Chlorinde.
Dang. Look at us seeing all them.
Just a simple gift delivery, and she has the great and mighty Udex at her beck and call.
I was just passing through. It was merely an act of convenience.
All right. Then I hereby confirm receipt of the goods on behalf of the staff of the Fortress of Meripede.
A verbal receipt of confirmation? Is such a formality really necessary for a small matter such as this?
Guess not. This quantity of tea, though, seems a little excessive for a gift.
Not like you're gonna complain.
Before you know it, they'll start accusing me of taking bribes.
About that. Much of that is my own excess, I'm afraid.
Oh? Why? What happened?
It was buy 10 boxes, get half off.
It's the regular people that don't fall for it, but when it comes to Adepti, dragons...
that explains it then.
Y'all are kinda gullible, man.
Oh, there's something else I'd like to give to you.
Yeah?
This is...
Nani?
a stone slate, engraved with a symbolic design.
He doesn't sound very enthusiastic.
Well, that is an apt description. It is in actuality a legal codex.
Oh.
A legal codex, huh?
On stone.
Before the advent of modern writing utensils, information was recorded on stone slabs such as this. The law was no different.
Okay.
Since ancient times, the scales of justice have symbolized the fairness and impartiality of judiciousness. As a tribute to that sentiment, this slate was designed after a traditional legal codex and engraved with a symbol instead of text. During my travels recently, I chanced upon a roadside stall offering tourists the opportunity to try their hand at the ceramic arts.
Oh?
So I decided to have a go.
Oh, you made it yourself?
We joked with Chlorinde some time ago about gifting you a legal codex. So, here you go.
So that's what this is about.
I did not expect you to remember it as well.
He actually made it.
In any case, I hope this can be considered as a reasonable attempt to join in on the banter.
He's trying so hard.
It is a very good attempt.
You're taking it a bit too literal sometimes, though.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Even your sense of humor centers around the law.
The law!
That's an impressive level of commitment.
Oui.
A gift of this significance deserves to be put on display, and I know just the place. Front and center in the Fortress's showroom. Just kidding. I don't have anything like a showroom.
So that's what you were doing in Qiaoying Village.
Indeed. Of course, while I was there, I also took the opportunity to taste the local spring water.
Of course you did.
The aftertaste is much purer than what I have delivered to me in Fontaine.
Right. Water review.
It stands to reason that the long-distance transport has a tendency to imbue the water with extraneous emotion.
Oh, good lord.
If you want to experience the true flavor, you simply have to go to the source.
Alright, say less.
Perhaps I should organize some time off to do the same elsewhere. This is also something I made today.
Yes? Huh. You made that? That's so cute. Is that your dragon form? Dude, he's good. What the hell? This looks professional. God. I mean, years of experience ain't for nothing.
That's a ladle?
Ladle.
I thought it was supposed to be some long-necked sea creature.
Big soup spoon.
One of my inspirations.
It's amazing. The color also really matches your style.
Really? You like it?
He sounds so... Yeah, it's amazing.
To tell you the truth, given your unexpected arrival, I find myself quite unequipped to give you the welcome you deserve.
Your presence is enough.
This is all I can offer. If you'll have it, that is.
Can I really keep this? You made it by hand and everything.
That is precisely why it would do me such a great honor if you accepted.
Oh, God. Then I accept. Thank you.
You are most welcome. Happy Lantern Rite.
Oh, that reminds me. You pass along the advice for Neuvillette's vacation.
Approve a leave of absence request for myself.
Yeah.
That sounds like it could easily lead to a vicious cycle of self-indulgence, something which couldn't be in further violation of protocol.
It's just for you to relax, dude.
But I suppose I understand her point. My proclivity to refrain from personal outings does in part originate from a sense of responsibility toward my duties, but it is also due to a lack of desire to engage in the human world. But now I see that the human world is indeed full of many interesting places to discover.
I could have told you that. But that's the custom furnishing I get. Ladle of the Leisurely Sea Beast. A soup ladle gifted to you by Lantern Rite. Its creation by his own hand was a product of spontaneous decision during a spontaneous outing, and thus holds exceptional meaning. However, perhaps because the Udex was on vacation at the time, this fantastical sea creature inspired soup ladle gives off a sense of leisure. If this ladle was used to taste various waters, you might perhaps gain insights you would not normally. I would buy the ladle if Genshin released merch. Oh, hell yeah, I would too. And it's the first time he's made something too. God, you're so skillful.
Lantern Rite marks the start of the new year in Liyue. In the spirit of the season, then, I wish you a year of success as vast and endless as the open ocean.
I don't get it.
Is something wrong, Shenhe? Tell me. Perhaps I can help.
The color black doesn't get dirty easily, so I thought this outfit would be acceptable to wear to work. But Xiangling told me it was inappropriate.
Yeah. I know your usual one is pretty much just the whole entire body stocking suit that shows off your form anyways, but this one, there's nothing covering it at all, so...
But inappropriate? How?
Ma'am.
She probably just meant the outfit isn't suitable for that particular environment and occasion. But for a festival gathering with friends, a nighttime stroll, or an important banquet, your outfit is more than appropriate, Shenhe.
I mean, you could totally just wear a chef outfit when you're working at one-man restaurant, Shenhe.
So you're saying it's only something I should wear in front of important people?
Master Chef Shenhe.
I suppose that's another way to think of it.
So, you're still a big fan of winter melon cake then?
Huh? Oh, I guess you heard everything Paimon was saying, huh?
Of course.
Dami's got a great voice actor too, by the way.
As your father, how could I not listen? Remember back when you were a kid, and you would sit on my shoulders to watch the Wushu dance.
You don't regret it now, right?
On our way back home, you would beg me to buy you some winter melon cake. We would only buy 2 at a time, but before long, we tried the winter melon cake from every vendor that street had to offer. There was also that one time you used your pocket money to treat me. Do you still remember?
Yeah, I remember.
That was the best winter melon cake I ever had.
Let's go back sometime. The shop's still there, and I remember the way. My treat, just like before.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
That's sweet.
Our kite is so high up. Thank you for inviting me, Yaoyao. I am having a lot of fun.
I'm glad. If you want, we can go fly kites some other time too. The fun doesn't have to end today.
Really?
How about we do it during the day next time? That way, we can see the design better. When it flies super high up, it will look exactly like a real finch.
Okay. Can I take this kite to bed with me?
It's not gonna be comfortable to sleep with.
But of course.
There they are. Oh god, is like Keqing asking for dating permissions or something?
One may have won the kite flying competition, Yuheng, but this prize should truly be reserved for another.
You need not be so humble, honored Adeptus. Among all the kites, yours was quite literally a cut above the rest. Please accept this prize. You deserve it.
Is her kite fair though? I mean, she kind of imbued it with power, so...
Besides, I'm quite certain we owe a fair share of the success of this year's Lantern Rite to you.
I mean, yeah, then again, the wind was kind of blowing things off course, so without her, it would have been a little bit of a disaster.
If you insist, then one can hardly continue to refuse. However, there is another matter with which one would ask your assistance.
Huh?
Of course.
One would be much obliged if you could distribute this case of Sunglow tea among the Millilith on duty. The security of the festivities rests entirely on their shoulders, after all. One presumes they could always benefit from something to invigorate their spirits.
Cloud Retainer is so thoughtful and attentive to others' needs. I would expect nothing less of an esteemed adeptus such as herself. Understood. I'll get on that right away.
A fortuitous result indeed. One's tea surplus has hitherto resolved itself.
Because you got swayed by... You're gullible. Hold on.
Given your present countenance, one presumes you are missing some old friends again.
One cannot help but be reminded of them.
Pray speak. Unburden yourself of these sentiments.
One simply wishes Menogius were alive to witness such peace alongside us. He was so skilled in matters of craftsmanship. Kite making would scarcely prove to be a test of his capabilities.
Yeah, I guess that's why
Were
they
he yet
featured
amongst the
Menogius.
living, he could have opened a kite stall. One is certain it would have been an establishment rich not only in profit, but also esteem. And if, as in the past, he were unable to involve himself in matters of the mortal realm, we could sell the kites in his stead. When we finished, we could bring him back wine and partake in drink and good company.
Mooncarver, those are now but fond moments in our memories.
Indeed. The dead are gone, so, as the representatives of the living, let us take in the sights for a bit longer, if just for his sake.
Aw, that's really nice too. Me personally, save the best for last.
Traveler,
It's just as I thought. You stopped short of stepping into the city again.
being in the city isn't the only way for me to appreciate the lights and beauty of Lantern Rite. Look, Liyue Harbor lies just beyond this mountain. As long as I stand at this vantage point, I may freely behold the sights of all the kites, slowly ascending into the sky.
I mean, I'd love to have you participated more.
For me, that is enough. I invited you here because there is something I would like to do. I want to release a shell lantern, and I'd like you to be there for it.
Oh, that's nice. I wasn't here for the first lantern, right? Did you make it yourself?
Yes, I apologize for its crude appearance. I have little skill in that regard.
No, it's amazing.
You are very kind, as usual.
Look at that smile.
All right. It's time.
How nice. As the shell lantern slowly disappears into the tranquil night sky, Xiao's expression softens.
Traveler.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No thanks needed. That would conclude this year's Lantern Rite, which, in my opinion, it's really good. You know what? But although I would say, like, it's great in its own, like, own sense, but me personally, I still liked last year's main story bit of the Lantern Rite. This year was Gaming and resolving his family conflict between his dad. Last year was with the musician from Fontaine, and then the whole thing with Madame Ping. The thing with the whole Fontainians coming to Liyue just for a brief time at the end as an epilogue, that was really cool. So hey, I think overall this year, really good event. The moment where they did the da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, like hitting the side of the drum, the middle of the drum, it really did trigger a lot of nostalgic memories for me. And then they did the whole, like, instead of the usual like stabilizing pose they would jump on in the performances you'd see in the lion dance, it's instead of him kicking the lanterns into position and using those as pose. So I thought that was really nice. Gaming is kind of like Yunjin, right? Yunjin kind of introduced a good hunk of Genshin players to, you know, Chinese opera, and then Gaming introduces people to lion dance. Although I do believe lion dance is much more widely known out of the Chinese bubble. For the people on YouTube, let me know what you guys thought about this year's Lantern Rite down in the comments. If you liked it, what you thought they could have done better. But, you know, for now, thanks YouTube. This has been GoDog, and see you guys in the next episode. See ya.